Hello. Before we get together for our first workshop on October 14th or 15th, I wanted to introduce myself. My name is Anora. I'm very happy to have joined the staff at the school's office. My first day on the job was July 1st. The Director of K-12 Instructional Technology is a new position and one that will enable us to work together for the benefit of students and teachers in the elementary and high school levels. As a little background, I had been the computer teacher at St. Michael's School in Cranford, which is in Union County, for the last 12 years. When I first came to the school, I asked for some direction as to what content should be taught at each grade level, and I was told to look at the ISTE standards and the New Jersey standards, but I should do as I thought best. My students and I worked on many projects that helped them become aware digital citizens who could create, communicate, collaborate, and solve problems. We worked on drawing and painting software, word processing, spreadsheets, and other typical pieces of productivity software. The computers were primarily Apple products with a few Windows machines. My students learned to create audio podcasts, videos, we explored programming, and created claymation videos. We even tried our hand at geocaching. Whenever possible, I looked for collaborative opportunities for my students and I. Over time, many of my classes worked collaboratively through Google Docs, Edmodo, Skype, and Wikis. One year, my 7th grade students came to school after dinner to participate in a Skype call with students in Australia. The possibilities of technology in education are amazing. As the Director of K-12 Instructional Technology, I have two main goals. One goal is to help the teachers and students use the technology that is in their classroom in a way that is educationally sound. The principals have been asked to identify a school technology integrator. You were selected to fulfill that role. You may be a computer teacher or a tech-savvy teacher that your principal selected to help in the role. This is probably especially true for schools with a part-time computer teacher. You will be attending monthly technology integration workshops. During those workshops, we will discuss resources, tools, and strategies to maximize the purposeful and effective use of technology in the instructional program. We will devote time to practicing the tool. When you return to school, you'll have a conversation with your principal. Your principal might ask you to give an overview of what you learned as a 10-minute segment at your faculty meeting, or they may ask you to lead a training session to show everything you learned at our last workshop. You may meet with the teachers one-on-one. Or if your school has a professional learning community, you may want to go in-depth on a tool or a strategy at that time. Above all, I want you to feel confident. So when you get back to the school and you speak to your principal, if you're uncomfortable with what we learned, I'll be back here able to support you, whether it's through a phone call or working through the computer or coming over to your school and helping you out. But we'll make sure that you're prepared. My second goal is to assist in the creation of a technology curriculum map from pre-K through 12th grade. You will be involved in this task. As we work, we have to keep in mind that there are many different ways in which computer classes are run in our Catholic elementary schools. In some schools, there's a full-time computer teacher. In other schools, the teacher is full-time, but might also be responsible for teaching Spanish, math, physical education, or another class. In some schools, the computer teacher is part-time. There are even a few schools in which technology is integrated throughout the day within each classroom, so there's no defined computer class. Depending on the school, the computer teacher may see a particular grade only once per week, through the school year, or 3 days a week by trimester. When we work on a technology curriculum map, your goal will be to come together as a group of educators and define what you believe is the core content that must be taught at each grade level. Depending upon the way your school's computer program is set up, you might go beyond what's in our technology curriculum map. We will simply be defining what must be taught at each grade level. We will discuss this in much more depth at our meeting in October. When it comes to the curriculum map, if you're the technology integrator and you're not the computer teacher, don't worry. What we'll be asking you to do is simply Tell the computer teacher each time you go back what were the concepts we were discussing on the curriculum map, and just ask them for their feedback. And what we'll try to do is preview each time what content we're going to be talking about, so that when they're talking about word processing or spreadsheets, you can come already prepared in advance with what your computer teacher believes are core skills that belong in the curriculum map. I want you to feel confident that I will provide you with the support that you need. And I have scheduled meetings for October, November, and December. As we work together, we'll decide how to continue our work January through June. And we may decide that it's best to keep working at the Archdiocese Center for our learning workshops and curriculum mapping. But we may decide to meet virtually, or perhaps we'll decide that it's better to meet at a school in your county. And it may look different at every county. But whatever works, that's what we'll do. So I look forward to meeting you in October, and make sure that you do the pre-work for our first meeting. It's going to be included as a link with this video. I'll see you soon.